Hi students, it's another great day to learn mathematics. I am Miss Siti Naima Andan, your teacher broadcaster for Mathematics 7. Today, I will teach you a new lesson in math. In this new normal, remember to stay at home, study, and together, let's be makinig and matalino. Our topic for today is about measurement. Let's have our objectives for today. What are the things that you can learn at the end of this video? First, you'll describe what it means to measure. Second, you'll describe the development of measurement from the primitive to the present. Third, you'll describe the two standard systems of measures. And fourth, convert measures in the customary system to metric units. Let's answer this question. What is the world's largest snake? Is it the anaconda? Or is it the reticulated python? Let's see. The anaconda is the heaviest. It weighs 500 pounds, and it is 27 feet and 9 inches long, while the reticulated python is the longest. It weighs 440 pounds, and its length is 32 feet. So in terms of the weight, the anaconda is the largest snake. On the other hand, when it comes to the length, the reticulated python is the largest. The measurement process. The measurement involves the following. First, identifying an attribute. Second, selecting a unit of measure. And third, comparing the attribute of the object to the unit of measure. What if there is no ruler or any measuring device that you can use to measure things? Life without the ruler. How far is your kitchen from your bedroom? Can you answer this question without using a ruler, meter stick, tape measure, or other standard measuring device? How? Say, for example, this is your kitchen and this is your bedroom. How will you measure the distance from the kitchen to the bedroom without a ruler or any measuring device? Some of you might use your hand, and some of you might use your foot, while some might use their arms. When you use your hand as a measuring device to measure the distance from the kitchen to your bedroom, then you are using the span. On the other hand, if you use your foot as a measuring device, then you are using the foot. And when you are using your arms or extended arms in measuring the distance, then you are using yard. The hand, span, foot, and cubit that you used a while ago are what we call the non-standard units of measures. And these are used in the early records of Babylonians and Egyptians. And also, our Filipino ancestors used dangkal, lipa, hakbang, talampakan, and dakot. This is what it looks like to measure the yard, the cubit, the span, hand, and foot. These non-standard units of measure has now an equivalent measurement in the present times. Say, for example, 1 hand before is now equivalent to 4 inches. 1 foot before is now equal to 12 inches. Before, it's 1 yard, and now it is equal to 36 inches or 3 feet. 4 kernels of corn is now equal to 1 inch. Before, land an ox could plow in a day is now equal to 4,840 square yards. Let's go back to the history. In ancient times, a cubit is the length of Pharaoh's arm. The Egyptians made extremely accurate measurements in building the Great Pyramid at Giza using the cubit. In the Bible, the measures of Noah's Ark were likewise given in cubits. Since we have non-standard units of measure, we also have the standard systems of measures. We have two. First is the U.S. customary or English system. It is based on British imperial system. Its units evolved from non-standard units of measure in medieval times like the foot, yard, and inch. And the second one is the metric system. It is widely used standard system of measurement. It is based in decimals just like our numeration and monetary systems. It is introduced by a Frenchman in 1970 named Gabriel Moton, and it is based on multiples of 10. Let's take a look at the U.S. customary or English system. We have common units in the customary system of measurement. Let's take a look at this table. We have quantity, unit, symbol, equivalence, and approximate comparison. Under quantity, we have the length, and its units are the inch, foot, yard, and mile. In symbol, inch is written as IN, or this symbol. Foot can be written as FT, or this symbol. Yard is YD, and mile is MI. 1 inch is equivalent to 1/12 feet. 1 foot is 12 inch. 1 yard is 3 feet. And 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. Approximate comparison. Inch is a length of half a thumb. Foot is the length of an adult foot, while yard is the length from nose to outstretched fingertip. We also have the weight, and the units for the weight are ounce, pound, and ton. The symbol for ounce is OZ. The symbol for pound is LB. And the symbol for ton is TON, or simply ton. 1 ounce is equal to 1/16 pounds. And 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Approximate comparison. Ounce is weight of a pen. Pound is same as weight of 3 oranges. And 1 ton is the same as the weight of a container van. Another is capacity. We have the units pint, quart, and gallon. The symbol for pint is PT. The symbol for quart is QT. And the symbol for gallon is GAL, or GAL. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. And 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. Approximate comparison. 1 pint is just the same as amount in a large glass. And 1 gallon is the same as amount in a small pail. We are now done with the English system. Now let's proceed with the metric system. The metric system uses the Greek and Latin prefixes. We have here the table: origin, prefixes, pronunciation, symbol, and equivalence. In Greek, we have the prefixes tera, giga, mega, kilo, hecto, and deca. The symbol for tera is a big letter T. The symbol for giga is a big letter G. And a symbol for mega is a big letter M. The symbol for kilo is K, hecto is H, and deca is DA. Tera is equivalent to 10 to the power of 12, or equal to 1 trillion. Giga is 10 to the power of 9, or 1 billion. Mega is equal to 10 to the power of 6, or equal to 1 million. Kilo is 10 to the power of 3, or 10 cubed, and it is 1,000. Hecto is equal to 10 squared, or 100. Deca is 10. In Latin, we have the prefixes deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, and pico. The symbol for deci is T. The symbol for centi is C. The symbol for milli is M. And the symbol for micro is Greek ni. Nano is N. Pico is P. Deci is equal to 10 to the power of negative 1, or 0.1. Centi is equal to 10 to the power of negative 2, or 0.01. Milli, its equivalent is 10 to the power of negative 3, or 0.001. Micro is 10 to the power of negative 6, or 0.0000001. Nano is 10 to the power of negative 9, or 0.000000001. Pico is 10 to the power of negative 12, or we have 0.00000000001. Let's have some examples. So we have here, using the Greek and Latin prefixes, how many are there in a hectometer, decimeter, and megameter? Let's have first the hectometer. Let's go back to the table of the Greek prefixes. And we have here hecto with equivalence of 10 squared, or 100. Since we know that a hecto is 10 squared, or 100, hence a hectometer is 100 meters. Next is decimeter. Let's go back to the table. So we have here the Latin prefixes deci, and it is equal to 10 to the power of negative 1, or 0.1. A deci is 10 to the power of negative 1, or 1 over 10. Therefore, a decimeter is 0.1 meters. Next, we have megameter. So megameter is a Greek prefix. So let's take a look at the equivalence, and it is 10 to the power of 6, or 1 million. A mega is 10 to the power of 6, or 1 million. Therefore, a megameter is 1 million meters. Since you now know the Greek and Latin prefixes in the metric system, let's have quiz time. I will only give you 1 minute to answer this. How many watts are there in a kilowatt, megawatt, gigawatt, and decawatt? Timer starts now. Let's check your answers. How many watts are there in a kilowatt? We know that a kilo is equal to 1,000. Hence, we have 1,000 watts. B. Megawatt. We know that mega is equal to a million. Therefore, we have 1,000,000 watts. C. Gigawatt. We know that giga is equal to a billion. Hence, we have 1,000,000,000 watts. And D. Decawatt. We know that deca is equal to 10. Therefore, we have 10 watts. Did you get all the correct answers? Perfect! You're a certified mathinik and mathalino. Now let's proceed with converting customary system to metric system. We have here a table of the equivalent units in the customary and metric system. The first column is our customary system. The third column is the metric system. So if we want to convert an inch to centimeter, we will multiply it by 2.54. If we want to convert a yard to a meter in the metric system, we will multiply it by 0.9144. If we want to convert a mile to a kilometer, we will multiply it by 1.609. And if we want to convert pound into kilogram, we will multiply it by 0.4536. If we want to convert a gallon to a liter, we will multiply it by 4.546. And if we want to convert the temperature Fahrenheit to Celsius, we will multiply it by 5/9. Let's have some examples. Convert the following measures to metric units. A. 8 miles to kilometers. B. 90 pounds to kilograms. C. 2 gallons to liter. So let's answer first letter A. 8 miles to kilometer. Let's go back to the table. When we want to convert a mile to a kilometer, we will multiply it by 1.609. So therefore, we have 8 miles times 1.609 kilometers over 1 mile. And then we have to crash out the same unit. So we have 8 times 1.609 over 1. And the answer is 12.872 kilometers. Now let's proceed with letter B. 90 pounds to kilogram. So let's take a look at again the table. So if we want to convert pound to kilogram, we have to multiply it by 0.4536. So we have 90 pounds times 0.4536 kilograms over 1 pound. And we have to crash out the same unit. So we have 90 times 0.4536 over 1. And it is equal to 40.824 kilograms. Next, we have 2 gallons to liter. Let's go back to the table. So if we want to convert gallon to a liter, we have to multiply it by 4.546. So we have 2 gallons times 2.546 liters over 1 gallon. So crash out gallon, and then we have now 2 times 2.546 over 1. And it is equal to 9.092 liters. So now, since you know how to convert the customary system to metric system, let's have quiz time. I will only give you 1 minute to answer this. Convert the following measures to metric units. A. 50 pounds to kilogram. B. 8 yards to meter. C. 9 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. D. 5 feet and 6 inches to meters. And timer starts now. Let's have the answers. A. 50 pounds to kilogram. If we want to convert a pound to a kilogram, we have to multiply it by 0.4536 kilograms. And then we have 22.68 kilograms. B. 8 yards to meter. If we want to convert a yard to a meter, then we will multiply it by 0.9144 meters. So we have 7.3152 meters. C. 9 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. If we will convert a Fahrenheit to Celsius, then we have to multiply it by 5/9. So we have 9 times 5/9 is equals to 9 times 5 is 45, and we have over 9. So 45 divided by 9 is 5 degrees Celsius. Next, let's proceed with 5 feet and 6 inches to meters. With this problem, we have to convert first 6 inches to feet. So we have 6 inches times 1 feet over 12 inch. And then crash out. So we have 6 times 1 feet is equal to 6 feet divided by 12. The answer is 0.5 feet. Next, we have to add 0.5 feet to the given 5 feet. So we have a total of 5.5 feet. Before we have to proceed with converting it to meters, we have to convert it first to yard. So we have 5.5 feet times 1 yard over 3 feet. So crash out. So we have 5.5 feet times 1 yard is 5.5 yards. Over 3, or 5.5 divided by 3 is equal to 1.83 yards. And now the last step, since we have the yards, we can now convert it to meters. 1.83 yards times 0.9144 meters over 1 yard. Cash out. So we have 1.83 times 0.9144 over 1, or divided by 1, is equal to 1.67 meters. Perfect! Did you get all the correct answers? Awesome! You're a certified Mathinic and Mathalina. So that's it for today. Before we end this video, let's go back to our objectives. So what are the things that you learned at the end of this video? You described what it means to measure. You described the development of measurement from the primitive to the present. You described the two standard systems of measures, and lastly, You converted measures in the customary system to metric units. This has been your teacher broadcaster for today, Miss Siti Naima Andan, leaving you a quotation from Ralph Waldo Emerson that life is not measured by its length, but by its depth.
Huwag matakot, be a matinig and be a matalino. Bye-bye!